Hey friends, welcome back to Mustard Seed Homesteading. My name is Megan, and if you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by because this is my monthly Azure standard haul. And friends, we did get a lot of stuff this month, so we need to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at all the frozen stuff because it is very hot today. And if you're new to my channel, I love to share my Azure haul out of the trunk of my car because it makes it a lot easier for me to share everything and then disperse it throughout the house. So we are going to touch on the frozen stuff and then I'll show you everything else after. All right. This is a quick overview of everything I bought, and it was a lot, friends. And I also have a wagon full of stuff too, right here. And I'll show that to you towards the end. Now for our first item, it is the Strauss Organic Cookies and Cream Ice Cream. I feel like it's been a long time since I bought their ice cream, but we did get a 6-pack of the 1-quart tubs. And this is our go-to ice cream pretty much every time we buy ice cream, unless mom gets a different kind of dairy-free ice cream, which I didn't buy any this time, but I have shared them on my other Azure hauls. And it's some of my favorite ice cream, but we did get our cookies and cream this time. The next thing I want to show you is the ground beef that I bought. Now I do get a quarter cow and a half a hog pretty much once a year from a local farm. However, I am not in need yet of getting a large purchase and I'm actually running low on ground beef. So I did buy a 12-pack, two 12-packs of this ground beef, the Organic Prairie 100% grass-fed, and this is actually 75% lean, 25% fat. And then I wanted to try this ground beef. It's by Starwalker Organic Farms. I've never purchased their beef before, so what I did was I bought 3 packs of a pound each of organic ground beef. I like to personally have a lot of different options and not just stick with one. I've tried this beef before and I like it. Haven't tried this, so I'm trying it. I buy local meat, but you never know if my local farmer runs out for whatever reason or this company runs out. I know that I've at least tried this, so now I have a third option. And I will add, I think what I'm going to do with some of this ground beef is pre-make some meatballs so that I have them already ready to go in my freezer if I need a real quick meal. That's what I was thinking about doing with this. Next, I want to show you the cheese and the dairy. So I did go ahead and get 2 5-pound blocks of the Grazier's brand of the grass-fed mozzarella cheese. If you saw my haul last month, there was an accident during the delivery and cheese and the feta cheese and the chlorophyll, there was just a really big accident, and so I went ahead and repurchased them. Of course, Azure, because they're such a great company, they did credit me, so I was able to just repurchase them, but I did get that. And then I ventured out to get the organic Parmesan cheese. I've never purchased this cheese before, but I want to try it because usually I buy it from Costco, and Costco's cheese is great, but I figured it would be nice to have a second source to buy Parmesan cheese from. And then of course my feta cheese. I missed my feta cheese, so we did just replace the bag. I purchased this last month, but like I said, it was part of that whole accident. We had gotten chlorophyll got in there and everything, but I just replaced it and got one this month. I really like this. And what I do is I like to put probably about 1.5 cups, give or take, into some sandwich Ziploc bags. And then I will put them in the freezer and just take a little bit out at a time. And it lasts for quite a long time. Plus, having it in the freezer, I don't feel that it compromises the cheese in any way. So that's what I like to do when I purchase this really large bag. I also bought the heavy whipping cream. Now, I haven't bought this for quite a long time, but I did get a 6-pack of the A2 Alexandre whipping cream so we can have some whipped cream or make my chicken Tuscan meal, which requires spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, chicken. It is so delicious. It's like this creamy sauce. And so I did buy 6 of those so that we can enjoy them. I don't want to forget, when you buy Sierra Nevada's Grazier's cheese, so far what I've noticed whenever I purchase them, they send you these individual stickers. So if you wanted to slice this up into, let's say, a pound block and freeze it and just grab it out of the freezer when you need to, you can put this right on there. And I really appreciate that they put those in there for us to have. And of course, we got our 6-pack of the Organic Valley French Vanilla Creamer. I pretty much, not every month, but pretty much, I always buy a 6-pack of this creamer because we have a lot of coffee drinkers in this house. For the last dairy that I purchased is the butter. Now, I had so much this order that I couldn't even fit it in all of my trunk. For me to show you, I had to use my wagon, which, by the way, I love having this wagon when I go to the Azure pickup. It is incredibly helpful. I will try, we did get this at Costco. I will try to find either the same one or something equivalent from Amazon and put it on my storefront, or what I will also add is on the YouTube shopping, I'll try to find one as well and tag it right here in the video. But I did get another box of the Sierra Nevada butter. We bought this the last time we had bought a lot of butter and we really enjoyed it. This is the salted one and they're £1 per tube. So this is a 15-pound box of butter, and I'll just stick this in the freezer and take them out when I need to. And then what I like to do, because I don't use the entire butter all at one time, I will typically cut it in half or maybe a quarter of it and put it in our little butter jar, and then I'll just take some saran wrap and cover the end of the butter. But we've really enjoyed this, and I think this is going to be our go-to butter from now on. Now for the rest of the products that I purchased, I do want to start with the chlorophyll though. These are just the 5 that I replaced from the previous month, but I love this product because it does help to get rid of heavy metals in your system, and I use this in our smoothies every day and absolutely love this. So I always try to make sure that I'm completely stocked up with this product, and so far what I have noticed is the best price that I have found is with Azure, and I have purchased from Amazon before too. However, so far as of right now, Azure has the best price. I will also tag it with the YouTube shopping so you can compare prices, because I'm all about comparing prices. That way you can check Azure, you can check YouTube, and you could also check Amazon. Which, you know what just dawned on me? I don't think I have a category on my Amazon storefront with some comparable products that I've used from Amazon that I also purchased from Azure. I'm gonna have to go in there and try to put up some categories in there so that if you ever need to go and look at different products to compare pricing or whatever the case may be, I can have that in there for you. So I will definitely work on that and get that put together. Then I also bought some powdered peanut butter. Now, the funny thing is, Costco used to have a really delicious peanut butter powder, and maybe I haven't been looking hard enough, and I actually haven't been going to Costco a whole lot, but I have not seen it. And so I saw that Azure had this, and I will say I think they're actually not going to be selling this anymore. I think they're going to be, I can't think of the word, discontinuing it. There you go. There's the word, discontinuing this product. So I did buy 3 of them just in case, but I really enjoy having the powdered peanut butter. It's another option, especially if someone's traveling or they just want to take something on the go. You can put it in a smoothie. I really like having this option. So I did buy 3 of these. And the only ingredients in there is organic peanuts, organic coconut sugar, and sea salt. Now for the marinara sauce, spaghetti sauce, I did get some pizza sauce because I wanted to try different types of spaghetti sauces, because I believe one of you in the comment section, and I can't remember, but you had pointed out that the Rayo sauce that I bought from Costco was no longer healthy because of the oil that they switched out, if I can remember. And so I'm so appreciative of when you all comment, and please feel free to comment and tell me if you find things out about products, because companies do change things up. And so that's why I always say shopping's become like a full-time job, because you got to keep up with ingredients and pricing and all that stuff. So what I ended up doing was I bought Organicville, and then I also bought these, which I'll show you in just a second, to try out and see what flavors we like, or if this one's more of a better flavor with our spaghetti or vice versa. And so I went ahead and bought a 6-pack of the Organicville marinara sauce. And then I also bought the Organicville Italian herb pasta sauce. So I'm very excited to try these. I think the price point wasn't too bad. Now, I will say though, Costco does have some really good healthy choices of marinara sauce, but I figured, you know what, let's try Azure just in case, see if we like these, maybe we like those, and Costco, and we just switch it up. But we're never going to know unless we try. So I bought a 6-pack of these and a 6-pack of those. And something I do want to quickly point out, because I don't want to forget, both of these spaghetti sauces do not have any added sugar in them. And then I also bought their pizza sauce. Now I really like Whole Foods organic pizza sauce, and we don't go to Whole Foods a whole lot, but when we do, I'll try to stock up or get a couple bottles at a time, and it's a pretty good price point at Whole Foods. But I wanted to try this one to see if we would like it, and I don't know, maybe we'll switch and just purchase from Azure instead, but I bought one for us to try. And what I like about this pizza sauce is they don't add any sugar, but they use organic apple juice concentrate, which sounds really good, so we'll see how this tastes. In the back corner, I did get another 50-pound bag of the Central Milling Company Artisan Baker's Craft 100% organic wheat flour. We really enjoy this flour, and I've shared this on previous Azure hauls before, but I did go ahead and get another bag. And if you're curious, this flour comes out of Logan, Utah, so I thought I'd quickly show that to you because I was actually looking at some of the labeling at the bottom, and I think this is really important. And for the pasta, friends, I went pasta happy, but some of it was on sale, and I think the prices of pasta is going up this fall, which is why I bought a lot of pasta. And it's just really easy with the school year coming around the corner. It's a lot easier to just make something and throw a quick meal together. That's why I was thinking of doing some meatballs with the beef. But the first thing I want to show you is the penne pasta. And with the penne pasta, I bought 2 10-pound bags of this, and what I like to do is put this in my storage buckets with the gamma lids to seal them. And what I like to do is then just use that bucket in the kitchen, grab out however many cups of it that I need, and then the rest of them, if I don't have enough buckets, I will just seal them up as best as I can. And the same with the spaghetti. I did buy 2 10-pound bags of the long spaghetti, but it just dawned on me, I don't know if the length of this is going to fit my 3-gallon buckets, because I put these in 3-gallon buckets, not the 5-gallon, although I don't know, now that I'm talking out loud to you guys, I might have to order a couple of more buckets so that I can store this extra pasta. I'm not sure, I'll have to figure that one out, but I did get a lot of spaghetti pasta. And then behind it, I bought a 10-pound bag of the rigatoni. I really like cooking with those noodles. It just, I don't know, it's very gourmet to me. Thus the name gourmet. But we did get more of the rigatoni pasta, and I'm looking forward to using more of that. The other noodle that I really like to cook with, not that I don't like to cook with spaghetti or penne pasta, I just think these are fun to cook with, is the Kirby Mac. I also bought 2 10-pound bags. The other one is right behind there. But I got 2 of these bags of the Kirby Mac, and I believe I also have a gallon bucket. I have a gallon bucket for this as well as this for sure, but I really enjoy this noodle, so we got 2 more bags. And I meant 3-gallon bucket, not a gallon bucket. So all together, I bought 70 pounds of pasta because, as I shared earlier, my understanding is come fall time, these prices are going to be going up. And while I'm not here to buy hundreds of pounds of pasta, I just figured that stocking up on some pasta to last us for a while would help us to not have to pay those higher prices. Lastly, I bought a lot more rice too, because my understanding is that the price of this is also going to be going up, and we actually do eat a lot of rice in this house. We really enjoy basmati rice, so we did get 2 25-pound bags of the brown basmati rice, as well as 2 25-pound bags of the white basmati rice. And what I like to do with my rice, I will stick these bags in the freezer in case there's any bug eggs. I know it sounds really gross, but it can happen. I mean, food is food. It comes from the earth, so it can happen. But what I do is I put these in my freezer for at least 7 days so that it can hopefully get rid of any of that. And then I will stick them into my pantry in the storage bins that I have them for. And of course, my hope is that there's no bug eggs in there. But in case there is, I always do that just to be safe. By the way, I know that this is not a garden tour, but I just had to quickly show this to you because this is one of my dwarf apple trees, and I want to say this is going on my 2nd year of having this tree. I only have 1 apple so far growing, but it's something, and I just wanted to quickly show you. Now, I believe this is supposed to turn like a blushing red, if I remember, but that's super exciting. So I'm hoping that this will start to turn a little pinkish so that we can eat it and try it. And I just wanted to quickly show you some of the garden real quick. Everything is growing so good. It's been really hot though. There's actually ginger and turmeric back there behind these green stalks. I'll have to give some updates on those during the green stalk garden tours. But if you're new to my channel, I don't know if you've watched my backyard garden tours or my green stalk garden tours, but I give those weekly because there's just so much going on back here that I do separate green stalk garden tours and garden tours. But I just had to quickly show this to you because the garden is just looking so beautiful. And here's all of the tomatoes. There's so much back there, but I just wanted to quickly show you because it's just so beautiful to look at, and there's so much food growing. And then look at the herb beds. Aren't they so pretty? Absolutely love them. So that is rosemary, oregano, and lavender. Now that one I think I'm going to make marjoram, and I don't know what I'm going to make the last one, but I'm really impressed with how they're growing. And I'm growing leeks and I believe a couple of onions to plant in the green stalks for fall going into winter. Okay, I tend to get carried away when I start showing a little bit of the garden, but it's just so beautiful, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things that are growing, but I do show those as I shared earlier in my green stalk garden tours and my backyard garden tours. All right, the last thing I want to show you is the Azure flyer. Whenever I get this in my box, I love to share it with you all because what I appreciate about these is it has really good articles in there from canning to cooking, cleaning, but they also promote family-owned businesses and new products. They also share the sales or things that are going to be going on sale. So I really enjoy getting these in my box. By the way, I don't want to forget to show you. So I have shared this sandal, I want to say, I think it was 2 or 3 hauls ago, but I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's the UFOs. Anyways, I really do enjoy this sandal. You can see how thick it is, the arch, and I've been tagging it in the Azure videos, and so I will continue to tag this in there. I don't think, oh, there's a red wasp. I don't do that. Go away, please go away. I don't like wasps, I'm sorry. I can't stand wasps. You know what it is? I think they like the turmeric leaves, because there was one right on here because I was going to show it to you, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. This one is not as, there's like bright red ones here. This one's like a burgundy brown. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I just don't want to get stung, but I really like these sandals, and I will continue, as I just said, to tag them in the video if you want to check them out. I don't know if they would be on Amazon. I can check it and put it in the storefront so that you can compare pricing, but I will see if it is, and I will put that in there if they do have it. Also, if you are new to Azure and you're thinking about becoming a member or purchasing for the first time, I do have a link in the description below that you are more than welcome to use, but in no way feel obligated. I just want to share with you and say thank you if you do, because it does bless our family financially. But I do want you to also know that anybody can have their own link to share with family and friends. So if you do become a member, you can create your own link with Azure and then share that with your friends and family, and that will bless you as well. Well, friends, I'm so glad that you all stopped by because this was a really big order, and I was looking forward to sharing all of it with you because there were several reasons why I bought a lot this time. One, as I shared earlier, the prices in the fall is supposed to be going up on some of the products that I bought. And then 2, I wanted to stock up for school. But the third reason is I actually switched to a newer drop. And when there's a new drop, they offer a 15% off discount your entire order. So I took advantage as best as I could to order as many things as I can to be able to use that discount. So now I am going to go put all of my things away where they need to go between my fridges, freezers, and my pantry. But I do want you all to know how much I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And I always look forward to turning this camera on and sharing everything that I bought from Azure. And I also want you to remember this, friends. I want you to be encouraged, stay encouraged, and I want you to always stay inspired. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your summer, friends. Hey friends, I had to jump on here real quick. I am in my gym area, so don't mind the background, but I was just reading my email after I'd already recorded, and our drop coordinator told us that Azure hired 8 more drivers. So I am so excited. It is such a blessing, and hopefully this will help us in the long run, and hopefully we can also add more drivers to that. So I just wanted to share that because that is wonderful news.